sword is a tool meant to kill. Why do you need it? Whose life do you intend to take?
Enemies.
Your enemies? Who are they?
Well, bad guys like Halton.
Listen to me, my son.
All the days we were together.
You don't have enemies.
All the time we were apart.
The truth is that nobody has them.
Of each other's lives.
Nobody in this entire world deserves to get hurt.
Heart to heart. So I had a rival.
And welcome back to another episode of it's still the 8.1 billion podcast. Welcome to episode 6. I just wanted to touch bases after the first 5 episodes and to celebrate like a mini milestone, like I've said in the previous episode. The first 5 episodes done, edited, concluded, and published. You know what I'm saying? Most people starting out don't get that far. But, and I've done it. I've went through it. And I always want to talk about it. For the first 5 episodes of the podcast, I say it's a net positive. It's been pretty good. But, you know what I'm saying? For us starting out and this being so new and so regular, it almost didn't exist. I almost quit the podcast on a few occasions for multiple different reasons. I'll say for the first reason, maybe it's the American education system, maybe it's me not traveling, maybe it's me looking in the wrong places, me doing my case study at the wrong time. But yeah, it just me simply just being a black man and just getting people on the podcast is a unnecessary hassle. It's like, and it does contribute to me being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but it's like racism is like the first go-to. I'm like, I'm trying to get you in the pod and you calling me the N-word? Like, that's kind of crazy to me, you know? That's one thing. That's the more minor thing. But the more major thing is these social media personnel is out of control. And I get it, every social media got a reason to why they're trash. But this is personal. I'm talking about my recent beef with Reddit. And you could tell from episode 5 and even in the intro that you could tell some time has passed and the multiple hiatuses were needed because this episode was going to be in an extremely different tone. But I'm one of the few people who experience inner peace. The fuck I look like being mad, you know? You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened, happened. I did break the rules. But it's just the greater topic of these social media, it just... And let me go into it. It's like, I was permanently banned off of Reddit because of a stupid ass reason. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Cause it all started, well, I'll say like the prelude to it you know what I'm saying, it should have been my warning sign was when I was on the quotes subreddit. It was just me get into my literary bag, and I was just, I'm a writer. Let me see what this community talk about. You know what I'm saying? Got some good quotes. A lot of that. You know what I'm saying? I love the community. But it's like I always skip the rules. I don't read the rules because it's supposed to be just a generic, don't harass. You know what I'm saying? Don't curse, don't advertise and all that. And I'm like, cool, you know what I'm saying? Regular stuff, But this particular time, it was like, this cool, you know what I'm saying? I got a few quotes that I want to share with the community. And my post got removed almost instantly. And it was like, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to have any self-quotes. That's against the rules. I'm like, I want to say that's fair, but that's the stupidest shit I ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? What if I become a published author? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I self-quote then? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like little rules like that, man. And this one that got me banned was actually because of the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Of this random passion I got, it got me banned off the entire app. But it's cool, I got me another app that's way better. It's an app nobody would even expect. But the way this went down, I was on a podcast subreddit, and I was like, I know better than to advertise, so let me secretly advertise, Because I was on an account, and I was like, have you guys heard of a podcast that'll let anybody on and let the guests dictate the topics and the general flow and attitude and tone of the episode? Do you guys think that's a good idea? Or something to that effect. That still got me banned. It was like something along the lines of, I don't give a fuck, I don't remember it. It's just so frustrating. I think that post got removed because you're not supposed to say the name of a podcast when you're making a post in the subreddit, or you're not supposed to talk about whatever the fuck it was. It was stupid, man. I'm like, I'm not advertising it per se, but it's like, you can't talk about the special gimmicks a podcast has and say it by name, and that got me, they got my post removed. You know what I'm saying? And I was frustrated, I ain't gonna lie. I was having a bad day. In my free time, I wanted to advertise the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I did, curse out the moderator, and it got me permanently banned. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm permanently banned from the podcast subreddit for harassment. I was like, I don't consider that harassment. Cursing me out one time, you know what I'm saying? That just heated disagreement in the moment, but whatever. But then, a few hours later, I got banned for 3 days from all of Reddit. It's like, okay, cool. And what I should have did was left it at that. But no, I had a second Reddit account, and I went back to the same moderator, the podcast subreddit, and I was like, you know what I'm saying, I disagree with you calling him harassment. I just dropped the F-bomb one time, but I'll wait my 3 days, and that's it. That's all I said. And then the moderator gonna text back full of joy, like, it's one of those things you can't prove, but it's like, the moderator was like, oh, so you harassing and you're evading a ban. I'm like, no. I'm just using another account to talk to you. Evading a ban will be posting to the subreddit with my new account. I'm just using another avenue to talk to you. So then, like 20 minutes later, I was permanently banned off of all of Reddit. And I just felt like that was just an abuse of power. And the moderator wanted to have the last word saying some cheeky stuff. You know what I'm saying? With a attitude like that, I can't get a fair shake. But it's all in the past. That was like weeks ago. I'm 80% over it, you know. It's my personal experience with social media. I know Remy, last episode, he was talking about how he was going through it with YouTube. I've been punished by YouTube, but that was when I was more naive. But it wasn't as unfair and unjust and out of nowhere and vindictive as the moderators over at Reddit, man. It's not an uncommon issue either. There's been a lot of complaints about moderators acting unfair and power hungry. Like, that's kind of crazy. I just wanted to talk about what I did. And I did submit an appeal, and what got me so heated, it was like it could take up to 6 months to appeal your suspension. And I'm like, it only took me 6 seconds to get banned permanently. What the fuck you mean it takes 6 months for an appeal? You know what I'm saying? You got that many from your out of control mods that be controlling these popular subreddits with an iron fist. But it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. It's all over with. It ain't water in the bridge, but I will never forget. Yeah, but not all social media is horrible. We all got our rankings, but I want to shed light on a social media that's actually worth something, that's actually nice and good to use. And I'm talking about Red Note, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because I see the direction Twitter is headed in, and it was like I'm actually feel appreciated nonetheless. It's actually interesting. Got actually pretty cool over there. It's pretty chill. They got a lot of people with a lot of talent over there. You know, since I've been banned off Reddit, I just been all the time I was spit on Reddit. I was going on a Red Note. It's actually not bad. Cause you know, Instagram is Instagram, Twitter is Twitter. Who the fuck uses Snapchat? You know what I'm saying? Threads, you like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Blue Sky I actually been on. Blue Sky is actually pretty cool. It's pretty nice. And anything to get off Twitter, I got for the social media topic. And you can still find us on YouTube, Twitter, and Spotify. Well, you probably could make a personal Reddit page if I had one. Fuck them. We'll move on to sports. At the time of this recording, the NBA Finals is tied at a piece. And honestly, I wanted to go to Game 7, but I don't know if I've said it in the previous episode, but I do want the Pacers to win it all. I think Tyrese Halliburton and the Halliman deserve one. And the Thunder, they are young. Great things about them, but besides Alex Caruso, they don't have much championship experience. The Pacers, they have enough experience and the manpower to get it done. And also, since the series been competitive, I've been staying paid. I won't even lie. The thing that happened since the last recording was a trade, the first in the technical offseason. We got Desmond Bain going to the Magic for KCP, Cole Anthony, and 4 unprotected first round picks. That's a significant trade. Both teams get something they need out of the deal. Have Desmond Bain, a certified scorer, joining Paolo Banchero, and you have depth picks. It makes me think, are The Grizzlies go into rebuild mode. Cole Anthony, the point guard of the future. KCP, I guess he was there for cap space. But the 4 unprotected first round picks, they could make a lot of stuff shake with that, honestly. Like, this is a trade I don't think a lot of people was expecting or thought it was feasible. But yeah, it's it makes you beg the question with Zach Edey, Cole Anthony combo. Like, that is crazy, honestly. It's like, are they getting rid of Ja? And are they getting rid of any older player with mid-level exception? I guess we'll just see. But if this starting off in the off-season this early, as the finals are going on, yeah, it's going to be an interesting off-season. We're going to see at least 2 superstars get moved this off-season. You can almost count on that. You got the obvious one and another one that may be fed up with their team's playoff performance. Yeah, like, and that begs the question, is like Triple J, is he staying on the team? But this is all too early. We'll keep you updated on future episodes. But that's crazy to think about. 4 first round picks. But yeah, that's all for sports. We could move on to gaming. There's been a lot of games that's been announced. I know there's a new tactical strategic Star Wars game coming out in 2026. But there was a new fighting game, a tag team Marvel's fighting game that looked very Marvel vs. Capcom-esque, but I can't wait to fight 4v4. But my history with fighting games, you can catch me at none of the gaming tournaments. You can catch me at FGC. My specialty out of the big 3, which will be Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, that's my big 3 anyway. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy, especially from Mortal Kombat 9 all the way back to Mortal Kombat 4, which my prime, my peak, my undefeated seasons would be Mortal Kombat Daily Alliance, Mortal Kombat Armageddon. The only 2 I can say I'm elite at. All the other games are shaky, but Mortal Kombat is definitely taking its toll. Like, I barely play Mortal Kombat 11. And Mortal Kombat 10, I don't remember if I skipped it or I just got off it, but all the love I had from Mortal Kombat 9 and my win-loss record and all the time getting good, it just didn't carry over to the next game. I played Street Fighter. After Street Fighter 2, I just never touched the series. Street Fighter 2 was... But yeah, in my opinion, Street Fighter 2 was a rare 10 out of 10 game. It was perfect, especially playing it on the PS2 as a young kid. That was amazing. But after Street Fighter 2, I haven't touched the series. Picked up Street Fighter 5 because it was on a sale. I think I got Street Fighter 6 in my catalog, but it humbled me. It made me feel old because I got on the sticks and it was like, let me see reuse combos, and it said up, down, left, right, P. I'm like, what the fuck is P? And I looked it up. It was like, it's the punch button. I'm like, why not just say circle or X? Like, that is so... that's a fatal flaw of me. That's probably why I don't play fighting games no more. I just don't want to relearn. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I just don't want to see P's and L's in my combat list or my combo list. You know what I'm saying? But if I ever do want to go back and get into fighting games, this new game will be something I check out. And also, it got more fighting games coming out. I think there's an Instinct game coming out soon. I'll pick that up. Killer Instinct, like the very few games I do play on Xbox, you know what I'm saying, KI is a classic for me. I love Killer Instinct almost as much as Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's a very underrated series, and I'm definitely gonna pick it back up. Even if they do got the L's and the P's and the... But yeah, there's a lot of new games coming out. 2025, 2026. 2026 is gonna be an amazing year for gaming. And that's not even mentioning or acknowledging GTA 6. That's gonna take over my gaming channel. I'm trying to finish the Swords and Sandals playthrough. Yeah, I couldn't wait for game. I might actually build a PC. The Switch 2 came out. That's another flaw. Ever since the kid, I didn't grow up on Nintendo because it was either a PlayStation or Xbox. I missed out on a lot of classic games. After the Game Boy, GameCube, it was a big gap until I got an original Wii, and then the Nintendo DS, and then there was a huge gap. Then I got the Switch Lite. So I'll say like the only exclusives I played was Kirby Air Ride, a few of the Smash games, Pokemon, Mario Kart 64, Mario Sunshine 64. You know what I'm saying? I have to go back and play some of the Nintendo exclusives, and maybe the Nintendo Switch 2 will be where I start. For gaming, it's bright and expensive. Have a budget, just get GTA 6 until you can recoup an extra few $100s. But after gaming, talk about music. I just been re-listening to old songs. It's been a lot of Brahana, Toby Lou, a few lo-fi songs. You know what I'm saying? All of my favorite songs from the last 10 years in slowed and reverb. A lot of Tom Impala. And while I was editing, there has been multiple updates for a lot of different things. First and foremost, the Celtics are trying to save money. The first trade since the last recording, or since this episode, they have traded Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons. A bittersweet move, since I'm a big Drew Holiday fan and I love his career and what he's done for multiple organizations, but they needed to get younger, they needed to get cheaper, and on top of that, Anthony Simons, he's a very productive player, especially since Tatum is going to be out with a injury for the season. I wouldn't say a blockbuster move, but it's very, very unsuspected, especially at the time of this recording. Again, since after the finals, after what the East is going to look like next season, a lot of teams are starting to move different, and by the time episode 8 rolls around, I feel like the NBA league is going to be a different landscape, a different salary cap, I guess. I'm guessing they're tanking for next season. This is just wild. And other news around the league, Kyrie signs his extension. He's committed to Dallas. Hopefully that goes well for him and AD. And hopefully the #1 draft pick and the Cooper Flag. The time of this recording, again, it's a day before the draft, and I feel like there's a big changes on the horizon. And in more exciting news, my Pelicans are doing something. They traded away CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk for Jordan Poole, a young scorer to pair with Zion, and Herb Jones. Hopefully he could be the production replacement for Brandon Ingram. But this is a good trade. It's something we needed. I'm not sure about the financials. I don't know if it was a lateral move money-wise. Yeah, in other news, we have another trade. The Celtics has moved on from Tingus Pingus. Porzingis is headed to Atlanta, of all places. And in return, they'll get George Niang and a draft pick, I think. Yeah, and my thoughts on the league is it's going to be a crazy, eventful offseason. I think the East in particular is going to be, including the draft, mind you, is going to be whoever can build a ready now team to take advantage of all the unfortunate injuries that happen in the East. I feel like the top 3 seeds will be unexpected names. Besides the Knicks, I have confidence and on good record that there will be a top 2 seed along with Cleveland. But teams like the 76ers, they can re-up on young talent and recover. Teams like the Raptors, they're making big moves. The Nets, they can start ascending with the 5 first-round draft picks they have, and have hopefully can develop the talent for the next 3 years. But a lot of teams are on the up and ups while things are changing. But yeah, and other updated things, I'll say more worldwide things. Tensions has been arising from other countries, and the U.S. has gotten involved. And I want to say it on record as a person on the 8.1 billion is I have no enemies. It's one of the few people who experience inner peace. That's one of the perks that come with it. I have no enemies. We have a lot of big moves are occurring. There are a lot of hostilities and a lot of words that's hard to take back being thrown around. And I have to say, as a person who has very little impact, it's like, damn, GTA 6 didn't come out yet. But yeah, it's like, I hope all is well. I hope things can de-escalate as soon as possible, and we can get back on track to developing as the human race, because it'll be extremely unfortunate if 8.1 billion isn't accurate, and that's the last thing I think everybody wants. Yeah, that's my thoughts. That's the housekeeping episode of the 8.1 billion. I hope by the time episode 10 rolls around, things and what we talk about on that episode will be vastly different from how things are occurring currently. But yeah, keep on the lookout, follow our social media. I have met a lot more people, as I should. I'm doing my case study, and I've met a lot of interesting people, so things are looking good on a case-by-case basis. But yeah, we'll see you next time on the 8.1 billion podcast. Hopefully that number goes to 8.2 soon.